tactic you can to deflect away from the fact that your little orange man up there in the office likes children.
Thank you, Sibby. So I'm going to go tomato, Ms. Clark, Allen. Tomato, go ahead.
This is a great room. Look, I have spent 5 years criticizing Trump, criticizing MAGA, and I will continue criticizing them every week. However, the progressives and the leftists in this room deserve more criticism than Trump. And the reason is the progressives and the leftists in this room invent false rape allegations all the time. In fact, I'm going to post in the room chat a link that just came out, okay? The Democratic Party and the leftists falsely accused the Duke lacrosse players of rape because they were Republicans and rich. And the Democratic prosecutor knew that they were innocent, and he prosecuted them, and he tried to get them put in prison so they would be anally raped. It was a deliberate frame-up. Now, just a couple of months ago, the Democrat who accused them of rape had an attack conscience and admitted that it was a total frame-up by the Democratic Party. So, when every liberal and progressive in this room starts accusing Republicans of raping children, I want a full investigation. It's quite possible that Republicans are raping children. But what we know for a fucking fact is the Democrats and the leftists in this room are making false rape allegations all the time. So read the motherfucking link. I'm done.
Thank you so much. Ms. Clark, I have a question for you. Which side do you think is more?
Yeah, go ahead,
Which side do you feel suffers more from Trump derangement syndrome? MAGA or far left?
I'm so sorry, JV, you're breaking out on my end. Can you say that one more time?
Sure. I said, which side do you think suffers from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, more? Would that be MAGA or would that be the far left?
Ooh, that's a hard question because for me, both of y'all asses is neck and goddamn neck. I'm gonna be honest, as an independent voter, like y'all each have y'all ways and pendulums of which y'all swing. So that's a very difficult question for me to answer at this point in time because to me, both of y'all niggas is the same side of the fucking coin. So that's just all I'm gonna say to that. But real quick to this thing, to the free Epstein thing and us talking about the Trump files and everything, let's be realistic. The government has had these files, point blank period. The government has had these files. They could have been released the information on there. And the reality is everybody in this room knows why it hasn't been released. And it's more than likely because the people that are on that client list is going to be a lot of political figures and high power people on both sides of the fucking aisle. And it's just going to be this tit for tat back and forth. Because last time, and forgive me if I'm wrong, they've had these files since like 2018, at least the client list. Since 2018, when Biden was in, he had more than enough time to release it. And now that Trump is in, realistically, he has more than enough time to release it. Let's be honest. It is the government as a whole that is not wanting to release these files. Because whoever's on that client list, much like how we had the situation with Pizzagate, I'm pretty sure all of you remember, for some reason, the government, and when I say government, that means Republicans and Democrats going to this weird pizza place to quote-unquote eat pizza, and this random pizza man was so deep inside with the fucking government, which is absolutely fucking wild. Let's be realistic about this case overall. The government does not want it released. And when we talk about the presidency, I think, JB, correct me if I'm wrong, did we not in your room, I want to say like 2 days ago, go over multiple videos of the Trump saying if he was going to release the Epstein files? Now, personally, me, if we want to play semantic games, I never heard the man say that he was going to promise. I heard in about 4 or 5 different interview videos that were played, people asked him about it, and he said, yes, if we're going to release it, we're going to release it. When we can, we can. I'm going to try to put it out there if I can, so on and so forth. That's what I heard. To me, him saying I'm going to put it out there if I can is not a promise of I'm going to release those things, right? So unless somebody has some evidence, like I said, I'm open, I'm independent. If you can play a video of him saying, I promise to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, then yeah, hold his ass fucking task. But at the end of the day, we're talking about this shit because this is stupid shit that gets on my nerve, kind of like how the whole weird inflation comment. They've had it. The government has had it.
Yo, Ms.
So
Clark,
they've had it for years.
Ms. Clark, like I agree, the government, I agree there's probably a bunch of Democrats on the list, a bunch of Republicans on the list. Biden could have released it, Trump could have released it. I agree with all that. But Trump ran on the Republican wet dream of, this wasn't like a major policy or a major campaign platform or anything, but he ran on the Republican MAGA wet dream of releasing the list. Pam Bondi had the thing on her desk. Like, that's the kind of outrage here. Is like, you said you were going to release, Biden never said he was going to release the list. This dude said, yeah, we're going to release the list. We're going to put the Epstein list out there. Pam Bondi had the thing on her desk. And all of a sudden, nope, we're not going to release it. Sounds like this dude is dancing around, saying anything, trying to do anything.
Wait a second, Sydney, can you put a link in the chat that's where he says he's going to release the files?
Yeah, I mean, I'll look for it. I remember, kind of anecdotally throughout the whole campaign, this was some statements that he made. I'll look for some references to it. I don't have a specific article in mind right now, but I'll try to find one.
Yeah, and to your point, can I say this real quick?
Let's just okay, so let's just pretend, let's say that he didn't say he was going to release the list. I think we can all agree that that was a MAGA wet dream to release the list because it was filled with nasty pedophile Democrats. I mean, I think we can all agree on that.
No, I can agree with you on that. I think a lot of Republicans wanted it to be released because they feel like there's a lot of Democrats on there. I'm gonna give you that, right? My whole thing is this is one of the things that kind of make my gears turn. If he is on that list, realistically, the Democrats would have released it. They would have redacted any information that would have been harmful to them, and they would have put it out there instead of going after Trump after these weird-ass court cases. I think we all can understand that the court cases that they tried to go after Trump for was a bunch of bullshit. But you mean to tell me that you have the future president of the United fucking States on a client list? I don't give a damn if I want to win. I don't give a fuck if some of my people go down.
Oh,
It's going out there, which is why I'm kind of there's more to it than just that. There has to be something or some people on that list that's very powerful. Because even with the Republican situation, if I believe that there was more Democrats on there than fucking Republicans, I do believe that the Republicans would have released it. But I think that there's a powerful person on there. As my husband is saying, Israel is on there, and they don't want that information to come out.
Well, thank you guys. Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Hey, check, man. This is the issue I have with you, bro. Let's get some new speakers involved, because it's going to start sounding like an echo chamber. We got 2 new speakers on stage. Hold on, Alan. Thank you.
You said I was next.
Okay, you'll be all right. I'll come back to you. You know, I always get you in. But I want to say good morning to Tommy real quick. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Good. Just 2 little things. If Trump had been having sex with 15 and 16-year-olds, those people are now adults. Where's the lawsuits on those? I would think they'd be coming front and center to create the money grab. And quite frankly, some of the people would complain on here that Trump promised he was going to release the records, but presidents promise all kinds of stupid shit when they're running for president, and half the time they don't deliver. Trump is delivered on crap that he promised than any other president I've ever known.
Thank you, Tommy. Hold on, everybody. Let me say good morning to XG. XG, good morning.
Oh, morning, JP. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing good, dude.
Do you want to chime in? You sound like you need some coffee.
Yeah, I do need coffee, you're right, but I do want to chime in. I'm just glad that everything is playing out how it's supposed to be. Just more contradictions on top of more contradictions. There's no list. Now I'll give you a list of the names that'll be associated with them. You can look into everybody but me. It's okay. Look into everybody else's connections but mine. I'm sorry, but if all these people have the same amount of evidence against them that he does, especially considering the whole narrative which I agree with, just being on a flight log doesn't mean that you're guilty of something. If that's all the evidence that's also there, and that's what he's putting against Clinton, well, Clinton's been on 28 flights, he's even more guilty. There's no evidence there unless you know something nefarious has happened that no one else knows about, that something's going on. But unfortunately, the evidence that the people that he named in that little list thing or whatever have just as much quote unquote credible evidence against them doing things to minors as he does. So if he wants to say that that's the smoking barrel for looking at those two, well, he kind of just killed himself at the same aspect because all the evidence is the same for all three of them.
Thank you, XG. Alan, the mic is yours, sir.
Yeah, and why are people so focused on this list? I think people are focused on it because, yeah, in the last year, during his campaign, Trump might have talked about it, and the right wanted to hear the list. Why did they want the list to come out? Because for the last 10 years, the left has been accusing Trump of being a pedophile based on that list. Oh, and the fact that his teenage daughter sat on his lap. That's it. So the left is saying, oh, it isn't us, it's the rights that's creating this whole controversy, ignoring the fact that they're the ones who created it. And again, I'll reiterate, hundreds of pages of court documents, witness victim testimony, and Trump is not associated with any criminal misconduct. But let's get to the real point. The real point is the fact that we don't want harm to come to children. And yes, if Trump turned out, yes, there was conclusive evidence he was sexually molesting kids, the right would not be happy about it, but they would condemn him, and they would condemn him outright. What does the left do? And again, we would do it because we believe in the principle of protecting children. What does the left do? The pathological liars that they are, they harm children as well, but they frame it as, quote, gender affirming care. That's their lie. And they are, and they don't hide it. At least pedophiles try to hide that what they're doing is wrong. The left does the same thing, and yes, it also promotes pedophilia, and it does it out in the open with things such like minor attracted persons. Oh, and excuse me, they do it.
Minor attractive persons that's gay or part of the LGBT. You're fucking retarded.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but sorry, I can't find it now, but I remember distinctively Harvey Fierstein, the openly gay actor who was in the film The Day After Tomorrow, coming out with a public service announcement telling gay men to stop being predators to teenage boys. And I've been on this app listening to gay men promote grooming of teenage boys. So don't talk to me about how that's a separate part of the
Hold on, actually, hold on.
But the point is,
Alan, land your plane.
yeah, the point is that the right condemns pedophiles and openly condemns them. The left lies about it and promotes it as a good thing. That's the difference.
Thank you. Sean B, how you doing, Sean B?
Hey, JB, it's good to see you. I just wanted to respond to your who has more TDS, the left or the MAGA, the MAGA, the mega MAGA people. And I'll still say to this day that it's the left. The reason why is that if you look at it, I would ask a person how many people they know that are MAGA megalomaniacs versus the liberals, who just basically like, you support Trump, fuck you. Don't care who you are, the person you are. As soon as they find out, they fucking dump you in a goddamn garbage truck. Okay, that's California. I live in California, and I can tell you, the craziness of TDS is on the left. It's not on. There are crazy MAGAs. Totally. That's all I want to say. But it's nice to see you, man, and I appreciate the stage.
Thank you for coming up.
To be like Alan.
Well, I was going to go to XG next and then Tomato because he has no control. But XG, I'm just going to say this. Look, I don't share all these spaces with Alan. I don't know what he's heard from gay men. I've never heard a gay man try to groom teenagers. But did you want to chime in next year?
Yeah, because it's all fucking bullshit. Like, the majority of it is just a stupid ass fucking right wing talking point that's existed for I don't know how long of trying to